Hey guys, it's Brianna Maddox here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be kind of a really fun video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it and you want to see more of these. I think this one's kind of a unique kind of secret TBR. But basically I choose books for whatever reason and I don't let anybody know until it comes out. But this one was kind of a unique experience because I wanted to do a different kind of take on it and reread one of my all-time favorite series, but I want to see if you guys can figure it out. So down in the comments, let me know what your guess is before you start watching the video. I am going to do kind of like a vlog kind of thing, so you're going to see me almost every day as I read them and let you know my thoughts on them. But it's one of my favorite series. I don't know if that gives you any hints, but yeah, so I just wanted to do kind of a quick intro to explain like what this is. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye y'all. Hey guys, so it's Thursday. It is May 28th. I had to think about that. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. I am so excited about this. I just watched Books with Lala and Shelby Taggart reads, I think I said her name wrong. I probably butchered it because I always do. I just saw both of their recent secret TBRs and it looked like so much fun. I definitely want to do, especially one of the ideas that Books with Lala had. I thought that would be kind of fun, but that'll be for another time. I am going to be rereading one of my all-time favorite series that I haven't read probably in about give or take 12 years, so it's been a minute. Also ignore my face, it's disgusting. I don't know what these things are. I don't like it. Not a fan. I'm so excited about this. I am going to keep it as quiet as possible about what I'm reading. I usually do anyway. Most of the time if I announce I am talking about currently reading and stuff, but that's going to be kind of challenging actually, because I do every week in my two Facebook groups, I post like what we're reading for the weekend, and that's going to be kind of hard to keep quiet. I actually found this really cool app from Francesca from UTC Book Blog. I'll put all of their information down below. There's this really cool app called Bookly. I'll also put a link in the description, and it's basically almost like a Goodreads, except it's not like a social media platform. It's only for you to keep track of your reading stats. So it's been kind of cool. I started using it kind of like the second week of May, and it's freaking awesome. The only downside to it is you have to stay on top of it. Like when you start reading, you have to hit continue reading and then immediately start reading, and it'll keep track. You know, you could do it for like reading sprints and stuff. And as soon as you put down the book, you need to hit stop and then record. You know, if you're reading like an ebook or something, you need to record the percent you got to or the page count. But it takes like an accurate, you know, count of how fast you're reading, how slow you're reading, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's been really cool. So I think I'm just going to use that app to keep track. That's really honestly what I've been doing this whole month. I guess what kind of like spurred it even more is I watched the movie adaptation, which I saw the trailer back when it dropped in 2014, so you guys are already starting to guess maybe what it could be. Honestly, I'm really bad at also keeping up with book to movie adaptations. Like there's so many that came out around that time that I just never watched, and they're some of my like favorite books. I think because I'm so scared, because most of the time book to movie adaptations do not turn out the way we want them to. I watched the movie, I enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't like, this is amazing, like this is my favorite movie, but it definitely, honestly, it was just kind of one of those like, made you feel good, like it just made you smile. It was so cheesy, oh my god. But I think that's what, and also a lot of it has to do with the main character, just because she's a very unique character and one that always sticks out to me. I'm going to be rereading one of my all-time favorite series. I'm so excited about this. I'm going to be rereading the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. This is like one of my OG favorites besides Twilight. Like Rose and Dimitri are like, besides Bella and Edward, like OTP, like forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Love this series so much. And this could possibly, honestly, I don't even think I'll get that far because that's a big commitment. I would love to reread and actually finish the Bloodline series. I only read book 1, and that was back in like 2014 when I got back into reading, or maybe 2013, I don't even know, and just never continued because that's the reader I am. Oddly enough, I don't own the last book, which is the Ruby Circle, so that's kind of a bummer. Even if I wanted to just read that series, I can't because it has been like 12 years since I've read the series that I truly don't remember who Sydney is. I know she's like, you know, in the magical world or whatever, like she's not a vampire or a Damphir. Damphir. I don't remember her character at all because it's been so long since I've read it. Hey, so it is now Friday. It is about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I don't even know what time it is at this point. So I started reading Vampire Academy last night, and I got pretty far, a little over halfway. I think I have a little over 100 pages left. I'm gonna tell you right now, this book reads so fast. Even if I try to show you like the pages, it's really hard to tell, but it just reads really fast. So I have this little update. So I recently watched the movie, which is part of the reason why I want to reread this series, because like I said, this is one of my all-time favorite series. I love it so much. So I recently watched the movie. I thought it was honestly, I thought it was good. I thought it was kind of cheesy, but then again, knowing Rose's character and just the dialogue and stuff, it makes sense. But I have this little update that I think is kind of interesting for those that are debating about watching the movie. Okay. So the biggest difference, obviously, which makes sense because it's a movie, they added more like action scenes. So if you've seen the movie, then you know when they wake up from, I think it was Lisa having the nightmare about her parents and her brother dying, and how they get shadow kissed, which basically means, I think it was Rose, I think it was both of them, they were dying, but because Lisa's a vampire, she was able to, I don't even know exactly the whole process, but they basically bonded because of it, of that whole thing. So then they've escaped from St. Vladimir's Academy. I think they've been gone for like a year or two. I think because the way everything was happening, and Lisa wasn't being treated very well because she's the last Dragomir alive. They've escaped. They're living in this apartment, and they wake up, and Rose realizes Lisa hasn't had blood in a while, so she lets Lisa drink from Rose, and then they notice that there's somebody watching from outside, and that's when Rose is like, oh crap. So they decide that they need to leave, and then chaos like ensues. This is within like the first like 3 minutes of the movie. Okay, so I need to set my arm down because there's gonna be a little chat. Okay, anyway, so they have a lot of chaos. There's like all these random, I think they're also Damphirs that are attacking them. And then you see Dimitri, he comes out of nowhere. Like, where did he even come from? It's funny. I don't know why, but I remember as I read it in the book, he's been trying to track them down because they need to come back to St. Vladimir's Academy. So compare that to the book, and all those action scenes do not happen. And then when they're driving and they get closer to the academy and everything, and you see all the strigoi, does not happen in the book. So they added that just to give it, a little something something, but which I can appreciate, because that's kind of important to know going into this world, is how strigoi act, because this is a 6-book series, and each book gets bigger and bigger, and you delve more into the world and everything. And especially since we're not going to get any more movies, which is so sad, but it is what it is, whatever. I felt like that was kind of important to know, because you don't really get to see strigoi until later on, when we've, really gotten the world down and whatnot. What's also interesting is beside that is the dialogue, which is kind of creepy. I've always just assumed that they kind of take what they can from the book and then put that into the movie. I'm not gonna lie, pretty much all of the dialogue is word for word from the book, which is kind of cool because it does pretty much follow the book to a T. Pretty close. I mean, they add extra stuff because it's a movie, but that makes me feel a little bit better about the adaptation. Again, not 100%. It could be a lot better, but that's just me because this is one of my favorites. I just really wish, I mean, granted, I'm kind of bummed I waited this long to watch the movie because it contributed to the pledge that they tried to raise money. I think they had to earn, movies are expensive. I don't know how much they put into Vampire Academy, but I remember, because I was Googling, I was very curious to see why they weren't able to make book 2, and I can't remember the exact amount. It was at least $1 million to produce the movie. And I think they kept the same director, but they needed a certain amount of money to even put the second one into motion, and they reached out to all the readers, the fans and stuff, and they were only able to pull in a fourth of the money, and so that's when they were like, all right, well, it's not happening. So that was kind of a bummer. Vampire Academy, doing good. I'll update y'all later. Hey y'all, it's now Saturday. It's about, I think, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Update time. I did finish Vampire Academy last night. I think I had like a little over 100 pages left, so I just knocked it out. Then I was just my goal was to start reading at like 9 o'clock because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna knock out Vampire Academy and then I'm gonna start Frostbite. That did not happen. I think I started reading at like 10 o'clock, a little after 10 o'clock. You know, started wherever I was in Vampire Academy and finished the book. And then I was like, you know what, I need to check Animal Crossing, because if you didn't know, and I think it was my last vlog, I got a Nintendo Switch specifically for Animal Crossing. And it's like, okay, a little side note. I have had my Switch for 2 weeks now, I think. And I'm still kind of in the like setup process of my island and stuff. I have not been playing it a whole lot, granted, okay? With that, I mean, I probably play an hour, maybe 2 at max, because especially since I'm still in the setup stage, I mean, there's really not a whole lot that I can do because I can't really customize anything. I can't terraform because I haven't unlocked it yet. So there's not really much I can do yet. I think it was closer to like 11:30, honestly, when I finished it. And then I needed to get on Animal Crossing. I didn't need to, I wanted to, I should clarify. So I wanted to do a couple things on my island. I also needed to check turnip prices because I got my first visit from Daisy May, she's just a character who sells turnips and then you can turn around and profit from it. But I did not start Frostbite. That was my goal, and then I was going to start it today. And I'm not going to lie, today I've been kind of lazy. Like, I didn't go for a walk. I went for one yesterday, and my calves are killing me today. I almost did about 3 miles walking yesterday. I don't know if it's just because my body is not used to getting a lot of steps like that lately or what, but my calves are hurting, so that's my excuse as to why I didn't go, which is a horrible excuse. And I definitely feel it when I don't do, you know, a walk or do boot camp and stuff, so I can definitely tell. Still hold the same feelings as I was talking about yesterday about Vampire Academy. Honestly, I already forgot, but there was something that happened in Vampire Academy, like the book, that they didn't put into the movie, which in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't like, you know, kind of like a Twilight thing with the whole science lab and, you know, her pricking her finger and everything, like that kind of important. Because that really bothers me. And I can't wait to, when I do reread Twilight, which will be soon. Also, what's really weird is I've always noticed how, like, each book gets bigger and bigger. I legit thought that Frostbite was bigger. and it's not. It's actually a couple pages shorter than Vampire Academy, because I was looking at the page count and I was like, oh, I need to, you know, it's probably like 400 pages, maybe a little bit shy. No, it's like, I forget what the page count is. It's like 323, 25, 27, 327, and then Vampire Academy is, okay, 332, but it's like 5 pages. But I would definitely love to have it done today, but in reality, that's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, I honestly need to just stop talking and go read it. So I think I'm going to see how much I can read for, I want to say maybe an hour. Ooh, I would like to, now that I think about it, I want to see if I can read as much as I possibly can for Frostbite, like finish it, and possibly start Shadow Kiss. That way I can actually finish it in the month of May, because tomorrow's the last day of the month. That would be fabulous. I'll stop talking. Bye, y'all. Hey, guys. Okay, I promise, time has passed. I realize I'm still in the same spot. I haven't moved. But it's been almost an hour, and look, I've read that all in an hour. I wasn't joking when I said this book reads extremely fast. Plus, I'm a fast reader. So, like I said, this book is 327 pages. Yeah. And I'm already at page 143. But I wanted to get on and give you guys an update because I forgot. One of my favorite characters is Adrian, and if you've read this series, then you know exactly who he is. He's this, like, bad boy. He's 4 years older than Rose, because she's 17. Adrian is 21. And as soon as they mentioned, because I think he wasn't involved yet, but it was Tasha, who is about Dimitri's age, which I can't remember how old he is. He's 7 years older, so that means he's 24. God, I feel old now. God. Is that right? Oh my god. That's so weird. Dimitri, Rose, Lisa, Christian, and Mason. I don't know if it was all of them, but they were talking about how they were going to go to a ski lodge or whatever, and that's when, like, the memories started clicking for me, because I remember vividly when I first read Frostbite, however long ago that was. I remember meeting Adrian and when he gets introduced, because let me see if I can find it. Like, he's something else, y'all. If you haven't read the series, you need to meet him, because he's something. So she is walking around the ski lodge or whatever, and so she first smells, she says it's a thick scent, both spicy and sweet. And then out of the nowhere, he goes, "Hey, little Dampier." And I'm like, oh god. He's like this bad boy. Oh my god. If you like bad boys, you are going to fall in love with Adrian. Like, between him and Dimitri, I love both of them. My heart will always be with Dimitri because it's Dimitri. But I do love Adrian a lot too. Sorry, I had to move. But I'm like, I can't with him. He, if you didn't know, he also smokes, which I'm not a fan of, honestly, but whatever, I guess. Adrian, he is part of one of the most wealthiest families. There's 12 different royal families. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're all like Russian-based names. At least the way I'm pronouncing them in my head, they just sound Russian. I could be totally wrong, but that's the vibes I'm getting. But anyway, I can't remember. I'm always going to butcher these names because I don't know how to properly pronounce them. Ivankov, Adrian's family. I think they're one of the bigger families. They're very diverse. It being, I guess, diverse isn't the word I'm looking for. I meant like dispersed. I don't know why I said diverse. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, so this just made me really excited because I love Adrian and it's going to be great. What really makes me excited that I was able to finish 142 pages in an hour. So that makes me extremely excited. I didn't know how much I could read in an hour. Like, I put my little bookmark around like 80 pages and that's a pretty good amount for me. That's more than a page in a minute, which is awesome. But I didn't realize I was going to be basically reading more than 2 pages a minute, which is crazy. But like I said, this book reads extremely fast. I kind of wanted to show you guys. I have been annotating this book, not like writing in it though, because I can't do that. Because when I read these the first time, I didn't know that this was a thing. Like, I wasn't interested in it. Like, it didn't exist really, other than, you know, writing in the book. So I'd like to show you guys how I'm going to annotate from here on out. I kind of wanted to show you guys how I've been annotating lately. Right now I just have a cheap little pack that I got from Walmart. I don't prefer these because I do like to have the ones that have more colors in them, but I like to color coordinate as much as I can because it just looks nicer. A lot of my older books that when I first started annotating, I just put a random color in it and it had no meaning. But now, since I kind of, you know, I understand a little bit more about the annotation process, like throughout the book world, and I want to show you how I did it. So you can see that they have different colors. The colors actually mean something, but I'm going to show you what I did with Vampire Academy. So I only used 3 colors because there wasn't a whole lot going on, if that makes sense. I just put it on like a little note index card, but any kind of pink sticky note means it's a favorite scene, a favorite quote. My goal was to mark like all of my favorite like Dimitri and Rose parts, but really nothing is going to start happening for a very long time in this series because it is, 1, obviously an age gap, and 2, it's a slow burn. Like, they kissed like 1 time in this book, and then again it's also YA, so there's that. And then orange means funny, whether it's something Rose said or something somebody else said that's funny, or something funny that happens. There's a lot that happens that's pretty funny. I know it's kind of hard to tell because of the pink and the orange, they kind of match. And then orange, I just said orange. Yellow means world info, so that's anything that has to do with, you know, the whole world that's centered around this. That way, you know, if I ever, well, I will at some point reread it again, or if I wanted to talk about it and I'm like, wait, how does this happen, or what does this mean? All I have to do is like flip through it and go to any of the yellow tabs. So there's that. I have kind of the same process. Yellow is still the same. I thought it would be easier if I just kept it the same color, but I'm going to add a little bit more to it. So my funny scenes are now green. There's quite a bit of funny scenes. There's that. And then a favorite scene is blue. So anything that I loved is going to be blue. And then you can see these little bits of pink. Those are my Dimitri and Rose scenes. So we're starting to get a little bit more of them, but again, it's not really anything. We've only had 1 kiss, which honestly isn't a spoiler. I mean, I'm not going to describe it to you, but yeah, this is probably going to be it for my annotating process because I feel like I don't need to add any other colors because that's pretty much it. So I've missed being able to physically read paperbacks because this is so satisfying. I still do it in my Kindle, but because I have the Paperwhite, I can't color coordinate like I can like this. So I just highlight, you know, favorite scenes and stuff. So it's not the same, if that makes sense. But it's nice to be able to like physically read something. And it's nice because I'm home, you know, pretty much all the time. So yeah, I am so excited. So, update time. I just finished Frostbite. It's about 9:30 at night. Y'all, literally, I keep saying it, but it's been a long time since I've read the series. And I'm gonna break this up into non-spoiler and spoiler, but I'll warn you fair enough in advance. You know when you have that feeling of like sixth sense where you know you've experienced, like you know something is about to happen, but you don't remember exactly what's gonna happen? That happened. So, like I said, you meet Adrian, and then there's something like major, which I'll talk about it in like a spoiler part. If you've read the series, then you may know. But for those that haven't read and don't want to be spoiled, I promise I won't say anything. But something big, 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 big happens. Love the book. I'm gonna take a break, because especially how it ended, because my heart, I don't know what to do. It's just a lot. I'm gonna play Animal Crossing for a little bit, and then I'm gonna start Shadow Kissed and see how far I get. So, if you do not want to be spoiled, I'll put a little timestamp here on the screen of when you can skip, but it'll be tomorrow, so I'll look different. So just pay attention to that or go to this timestamp. But yeah, so this is going to be spoilers. So if you do not want to be spoiled, please skip ahead. So back to the Sixth Sense thing. I adore Mason. Mason is an amazing character, and I just had like this feeling that something happened to him, but I couldn't remember what, and I couldn't remember when. But I knew it was something bad because I just had this like feeling, or I guess maybe like a little glint of a memory, that something bad was going to happen to him, like dying. And it happened. He died. If you've, like, if you're still watching, then you've read the series, so you know. They get Christian, Mia, Eddie, who is a very I vaguely remember Eddie. So those three, Mason and Rose. Okay, backtrack. Eddie, Mia, and Mason all go off because Mia's mom was just murdered by Strigoi. And she's obviously mad and wants to seek vengeance on the Strigoi, which is not smart. So the three set off, and then Rose and Christian find them, and then they realize it's a trap. They are now dealing with Strigoi, and one of them is an older Strigoi, so he's very wise and, you know, everything. So they all get stuck there, and I knew, I just had it, like, little memories started like flooding back in of me experiencing it for the first time. Honestly, I'm just kind of like in shock because I know, I can guarantee I was a hot mess when I read it the first time, because it's okay. So Rose like offers herself, you know, to get everybody out, and offers, because she knows she's gonna die. Dampiers are very strong, but there's no way she's gonna win against two Strigoi, one of them being very old and very, you know, wise and stuff. So she offers that she's gonna, you know, offer herself basically to be killed, because that's just Rose. And so Mason, he's the other Dampier, and Eddie, I think Eddie's the Dampier too. Yeah, he is. Mason takes them all out, and then the idiot comes back. And I knew the second he walked in, that was it. Literally, it happens so fast. I think it was the girl, Elena, the Strigoi, literally comes up, snaps his neck like it's nothing. What? And just like the whole scene I remember, because Rose would not leave Mason. Oh, that was rough. And I know it gets worse as the series goes on. I will see you guys tomorrow with my update on Shadow Kiss. Alright. Hello. It is Sunday. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or I guess almost nighttime. I finished it. Y'all, if you listened to my spoilers yesterday, then you remember me talking about how I just had like this sixth sense, which I think I just talked about in general. It did it again. I won't say anything, but I knew there was something that I remembered that was major coming up, but I couldn't remember when. So if you've read the series, then maybe you remember what goes on in this book. I don't know how my teenage self survived this book, to be honest, because I know it just gets even crazier. Like, book 1, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Like, midway through book 2, that's just when everything starts going bonkers. I can't. So, I want to talk about this book. So, if you don't care about, hearing my other thoughts about the book, or you don't want to hear any spoilers, I will put the timestamp right here to where you can skip ahead, so you don't get spoiled. But yeah, I just really want to talk about this. So, spoiler time. I knew something was going to happen to Dimitri. Like, he was going to turn into a Strigoi. I just couldn't remember when, but I knew it was coming up really soon, because I couldn't remember if it happened in this book or in book 4, because I remember that was rough, and it done happened. This book was a lot. What's crazy is between Mason and Dimitri, like, they happen so fast, and then to hear that we won't get to see Mason anymore breaks my heart, because I truly loved his character. What I don't remember is what happens to Eddie, and that makes me really nervous, because I really do like his character. But he was taken by the Strigoi, and I can't remember if he came back or not. I know they recovered a lot of bodies. I remember they had like a ceremony, and there were like 5 bodies, and of course Dimitri wasn't one of them, but I can't remember if Eddie was one of them. I don't think he is. The series is a lot. Like, I legit don't know how my teenage self went through all these emotions, because this series is so good, but good God. Man, that's a lot. I am going to start Blood Promise, which is book 4, later tonight. I'm going to take a break. I really need to do some laundry, which is why you can see all this bedding and stuff. I have to wash my bed sheets and stuff, so I've been just chilling on the floor, powering through this book. So I need to do that. It's getting close to dinner time, so I'm going to eat dinner. I think I might go out on a walk with my family. I gotta play Animal Crossing tonight. Just do some stuff on my island and such. Oh, and I need to go in my Facebook groups and, do today's stuff, which, now that I think about it, my goal was to schedule post for June, and I didn't do that. Oops. That was on my to-do list this weekend, and I didn't do it. And I'm not going to do it tonight, because it's already 5 o'clock, and that is a very time-consuming project, because I plan out the entire month and schedule posts pretty much as I can for pretty much every day. So that's not happening, but that's okay. I'll just work on it this week. I will start, like I said, I'll start Blood Promise tonight. It'd be cool if I can get halfway, but obviously I'm not going to finish it tonight. I'm not going to force myself to. I didn't even think that I was actually going to finish Shadow Promise today. Shadow Kiss. Blending all the names together. I didn't think that I was actually going to finish it this month. I just wanted to at least finish Frostbite. So that's cool that I'm well, I say halfway, even though the next three are freaking huge. Like, each book just gets bigger and bigger. And Blood Promise, Spiritbound, and Last Sacrifice are huge books. But with how fast that I've been reading these books, like how quick they read, I should be done with the series by the end of the week, like next week, which is cool. This series is one of my favorites. I'm very happy that I'm reading them again after 12 years. But oh my god, it's bringing back all the feels, because Dimitri and Rose are everything, and I love them, and I love Adrian, and my heart. If you've read the book, then you know what happens in this book. With Adrian, I love him. I love all these characters. The series is amazing. Alright, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'll see you guys later. Bye.